Hey guys, it's Rick Ginn, and today we're talking about how to make your first 100K in wholesaling step by step. If you have never met me, I've been doing this for 21 years, and I'm going to simplify this process. I find most people make wholesaling way too complicated. And if you found this channel and you want to change your life with wholesaling, you are in the right spot. You see, so many gurus just talk high fluff, and then you got to get behind the curtains to get the real information, and you get hit with a big paywall. I'm going to remove the curtain today and go straight into the instruction and give you specific actions on how to do this business. Now, keep in mind, wholesaling is actually very simple. It's us humans that make it massively complicated. And I'm going to teach you how to get out of your own way so you can actually get freedom of your time, financial freedom, and most importantly, get your sanity back to get it going. My name is Rick Ginn, and as I said, I've been wholesaling almost 22 years. And today we're going step by step. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to get educated. And this was where I find where most people just get completely lost. By the way, introduce yourself in the comments. Let us know what market you're in. And also what I'm going to do is put up a link on here. If you want to hop on and do a live at the end of our conversation here, you want to do a one-on-one mastermind, you want to talk about a deal, you want to talk about something in your headspace or anything with wholesaling related, it's 100% free. Use it or lose it. First come, first serve. It's in the comment section under the Rick Ginn comment. Now, we're talking about educating ourselves. First and foremost, go to freewholesaling.com. Everything I'm going to talk about today is summarized in there in much greater detail because I only get so long to talk to you. And the reason me and my son created freewholesaling.com is to answer and instruct and show you how to not only get started in wholesaling, but how to get your first 100K. So it coincides perfectly with today's topic on how to make 100K. So go to freewholesaling.com. There's no credit card required. You just go in there and it's step-by-step instructions. You're going to be shocked because you're going to go straight in there and we show our entire coursework. We're going in our 5th year doing this right now. We are the only wholesalers, highly experienced wholesalers that are wildly successful that actually give you all, the key is all the information 100% free. You're thinking, why do I do that? Number one, I don't think you should be limited by your success by how much money you have because most of you don't have any money when you started off. No, duh. That's why you came to wholesaling and you found us. Number two, I've got a lot of information. Me and Zach combined, I believe, are 29 years experience. And I don't know any other combo that's got a higher experience level. I've done over 3,500 deals. And so I passed the snuff test. And you guys know I'm always going to be around. So go over to freewholesaling.com. We'll get you started off there for it. And it's 100% for free because I believe in you guys because I want to do deals with you. And how can I do deals if I don't teach you my highest skill set? I find it so funny when other influencer stuff go, the free people are a real pain in my ass. I don't care. Nobody's a pain in my ass. If you become a difficult pain in my ass, I just don't do business with you. I move on to the next one. But why not get everybody in here? I look at this like JV wrestling. Everybody's entitled to join the team. The question, who's going to step up and go to the varsity level? Well, you got to, number one, get the education. That's freewholesaling.com. And then number two, you got to get the experience and you got to get someone to lead you that has been there in the fight before. That's definitely me and Zach. Now, if you can survive all that and get through it, then I want to do business with you. But why should I charge you 5, 7, 10 grand to find out some of you aren't going to make it? Some of you don't have the right mindset. Some of you aren't really committed to it. I'm going to show you how to get through that today, step by step. So make sure you go over to freewholesaling.com and we'll get through that. So the first thing we have to do and we have to understand is you've got to get the first deal done. So many people want to get to their 20th deal right off the bat. And I'm here to tell you that is not what you want to do. In fact, you have just got to focus on what? Getting deal number one. That's all. I remember I started wholesaling. I was just obsessed. Like, how can I get deal number one? Now, I'm going to give a caveat on it. We want to make a deal that actually makes you money. Just doing a deal doesn't mean you actually made money. See, a lot of people do creative financing. Like I just did a creative financing deal. I said, how much money did you make today? They go, no, but in like 5 to 10 years, I'm going to make a fortune. That's awesome. But how are you going to turn a profit today? Because you need money to survive. You need cash flow. So we have to do our first deal, which is actually going to prove our theory, our point. So I've been proving this theory over 21 years. My son's been doing it over 8 years. And now I've got to get you to that level. How do you do it? You got to get to deal number one. That's it. Simplify it. Focus on getting your first deal and stop putting ridiculous timelines. If you can get done in 30 days, awesome. You're exceeding expectations. But the reality, if it takes you 2, 3, 6 months, or even a year, I don't care. We all have different skill sets. We all have different types of motivation, and we're all in different markets. What one person does, you can use it to inspire you, but like, don't set it as the rule. Stop looking left and right. You just focus on deal number one. And as long as you strive to be better every day, that's all you need to focus on wholesaling. Remember, a lot of times you guys are racing against people you see posting online. Here's the reality is most of them are just sprinters. They want to look good for the internet. Sprinters never last. They always get lapped by marathon runners just like me. So decide, you want to be a marathon wholesaler or you want to be a sprinter wholesaler. Sprinter wholesalers, they fake it and then they never make it. And we're going to do the opposite. So it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. You just have to progress every day. So focus on deal number one. That's all you got to focus on in the beginning. We'll give you steps on it. Then guess what? You know what you do after deal one? You focus on getting 2 and number 3. You get 1, you celebrate. Now you got to go to work on 2 and 3. And I'm here to tell you, these aren't the easiest ones to get. Some of you got lucky on the first deal. Some of you worked your butt off and then you're exhausted to go on the 2 or 3. Here is the key, guys. You have to understand this. You have to keep going. You have to keep going. I always tell everybody in wholesaling, if you want to know if you're a real player in wholesaling, get to deal 5. How did I come up with 5? I have dealt with thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of wholesalers. And the one thing that they all have in common, if they got 5 deals done successfully and made money, they usually are a great fit for wholesaling. The people that did 1, they peter out quick because they might have quit or they're like, that's all I'm up for. Now they go to deal 2. Maybe you got deal 2 done and you were done with that one. Maybe you made it all the way to deal number 3 and maybe 6 months have gone by and you are exhausted. Guess what? You are at that critical point in wholesaling. And I'm going to give you the biggest key to getting to 100K. If this is the only thing you take out of today's live, take this information and take it to heart right now. You ready? Do not quit. Quitting is the number one indicator you're never going to make it in wholesaling or in life in general. Because people who want to be successful, they stumble forward no matter what. Here's a little hint. I sucked at wholesaling when I started. I had an incredible drive, and honestly, I was on my last rope. I waited till I hit rock bottom. No, it wasn't. I wasn't in rehab. It wasn't anything like that. I was just in a corporate job, going nowhere, going on my 12th year, and in massive amount of debt. And I decided I needed to make a change. So if I can implore any of you not to wait 12 years like I did to make a correction at age 33, if you can do it earlier, you can have a massive change in your life. Here is the secret. Do not quit. If you're on deal 1, get it done. If you're on deal 2, get it done. Deal 3, get it done. You are going to get frustrated. You are going to be tempted to quit, and everyone's going to tell you around you you're crazy. That means you are in the right place. You have to keep forging through. You cannot stop. Quitting is the number one reason why people don't make it in wholesaling. So we're giving you the prize. Focus on deal number 1. That will lead to deal number 2 and 3. And then you're going to hit all sorts of obstacles in family, friends. Maybe you got bills to pay. Maybe you didn't make a ton of money on those first few deals. Guess what? Don't quit. Go to deal number 4. I know this sounds basic, but I'm here to tell you, you have to focus on the price, period. You have to get better every day. The more people you talk to in wholesaling, the better you'll do, because this is the journey of wholesaling. So when I got to deal 4, do not quit. You can't quit. You get to deal 4, and guess what? You are this close to being at deal 5. And deal 5 is what I call the mecca of wholesaling. Why? Because in my experience, my 21 years of doing wholesaling, if you can do at least 5 wholesale deals and make money on them, profitable ones, if they're at a loss, they don't count. Sorry, that's how wholesaling works. But if you were successful on 5 deals, the first one you might only made a couple grand, the second one maybe you made 5 to 10 grand, and then it got exponentially bigger. You get to deal 5, guess what? You are now a full-time wholesaler. 5 is where you really want to focus on. 5 gets it done. I'm telling you, check it out. Go around, talk to wholesalers. Almost anyone who has less than 5 deals, they always talk about quitting. The real question is, do you have the stamina to survive this business? 5, guys. It's not as much as you think. Now, here's the thing is, I don't have a timeline to tell you when the 5 are going to hit. Some people do it in a few months. Some take 6 months. Some take a year. Some take 2 years. I don't care. If you're running a marathon in wholesaling, it shouldn't matter. Just get it done. Get to the finish line at 5. Because once you get 5, now you know what it takes to survive in wholesaling. You understand the grit is, and now you can truly run it as a business. Because when you get to 5, guess what? You can get to 100K. So now that we have the vision in your mind, we can do the step-by-step process on how to make wholesaling work for you step by step to get to that 100K. But you've got to focus on deal 1, get to 2, 3, 4. Do not quit and get to 5. The problem is when you're looking at deal 1, you're like, Rick, you want me to get to 5? Get to deal 1 first. Then we'll talk about deal 5. And honestly, at deal 5, it's 100K. You are a full-time wholesaler. Why? Because it's going to take all your effort and might. I didn't quit my full-time job. Yeah, I ran a corporate job and did wholesaling, I believe, for 7.5 months. Let's just call it 8, until I replaced my entire income with my wholesaling business. And why is that? Because now my job was holding me back. But I had to prove it to myself. A lot of you are watching this go, crap, he's right. That's what I need to do. And if that's your plan, that's it. So you got to have a deal count number. On average, if you get to deal 5, you will probably round out around $100,000. How long does it take you to get deal 5? I can't tell you that. Only you have the answer for that. And if you understand the answer to that, you can move forward with it, and you can easily do that. So let's break it down step by step. This is really simple part of it, and I don't want you to get complicated in it. So now that you know where you need to start for a guideline and like how many deals I need to do, because I get a lot of people like, Rick, I've done 2 deals. What do I need to do? I tell everybody, just keep going. Because a funny thing happens after deal 5. You get very good at it and you understand everything not to do. But the reality is I can tell you what not to do, but most of you are going to go out and do it anyways. And you are going to learn through this thing we called experience. And once you understand what experience is, it wires in your nervous system and you'll know exactly what to do. So let's talk about breaking down the simple steps to get started in wholesaling. I'm just navigating you get to 100K. Do the steps get more specific in there? Yes. I don't have 6 hours to do this. All the information is going to be inside of freewholesaling.com. And then you can jump on the lives. Crap, I think we go live 7 times a week now. It's insane the amount of content me and Zach deliver. So it's all out there for you. You just got to take action. You have more information available to you now than you've ever had in world history, especially in wholesaling. And we have removed the financial barriers so you can easily do that. So let's talk about the steps to get started on this. This is simple. So as I said earlier, number 1, just going to go to freewholesaling.com. You've got to get your education from people that actually do this business. I do wholesaling right now. I've never quit wholesaling. I love wholesaling. I have an extreme passion for wholesaling because I think it's one of the neatest businesses in the world. I love putting deals together. I actually get bored once they're signed because it's like methodical. It's like a conveyor belt with me. Now, I do them in my local market in South Florida, and I do them all over the country, and I do JV deals with you guys everywhere. And I have had to learn a lot of challenges in the last 2 to 3 years doing it, but we have pretty much dialed it in with our employees, and we have a firm foundation on how to do it. And guys, I would tell you, a lot of people do not understand what wholesaling is. A lot of people try to teach you about general real estate investing advice. And although I love all types of real estate investing, wholesaling is a niche. It's specific. It is the way to minimize your risk and maximize your return. There's no other vehicle in real estate that does that. Most other types of real estate investments, you actually have massive amounts of risk, capital risk, you have liability risk on the contract. You are at a maximum exposure. And if the market hits, you can make a fortune. But a lot of times the market doesn't do what you want it to do, because here's the reality. You are not in control of the market. The market is actually in control of you. So think about when you buy a stock, unless you have like insider information, which is highly illegal, you have to buy something, park on it, and you have to depend on the market or your gut intuition or your data that it's going to go up over X amount of time. There's very few day traders that make money in stock markets. Trust me. They advertise it everywhere, but they only show you the wins. They'll never show you the losses. And most of them are basically big MLM companies. They get you signed up for huge course fees, and then they recruit other people to do that. We don't do that in wholesaling. Okay. How can we make money in wholesaling? We have to have very, very, very clear vision in what we're doing. And I'm going to teach you as we go. I'm going to show you the highest skill set of what you're learning in wholesaling, and you can maximize it. So understand that. Go and get the best education with 29 years backing it from people who actually do wholesaling today that live right here in the United States. And that's all we've ever done. And that's all we will ever do. We only teach you wholesaling. I don't teach you how to flip stocks. I don't teach you how to do crypto. I don't teach NFTs. Those are all just distractions. And once you see that coming from the wholesaling industry, run, because they're just trying to flip you instead of houses. And that is not a good sign that you are actually getting value for what you guys pay for. So since you don't pay us, you don't have to worry about it. And in exchange, I can give you the truth. So freewholesaling.com, everything's in there, and it's based on the order that you need to learn the information. You got to take tons and tons of massive action in there, precise action that will get you results. But you're going to have to do the work. Means I can't do it for you. You actually have to do it. So the next one is something I basically picked up from Tony Robbins, and it holds true. And I picked this up over 15 years ago. And I'm telling you, this is a big one. And if you can't turn the switch on this one, wholesaling is probably not going to happen in your life. So just like I told you earlier, you had to have the target of how many deals to get done. And you have to truly understand how to attack wholesaling by not quitting it. So if you don't quit, you keep moving forward, right? So here's what you do. Most of you guys you don't listen to your vocabulary very carefully. And what you say counts. And a lot of times you think is what you say to other people around you, your parents, your business partners, your friends, your colleagues. No, I'm talking about the dialogue you say to yourself. A lot of you guys just negotiate with yourselves, and you got to stop doing it. You got to stop lying to yourself, and you got to start telling yourself the truth, and you got to hold yourself accountable. How do you do it? Number one is you got to recognize it. So I'm going to give you a little tip here on words you need to churn and stop doing. So the worst word you can use in the vocabulary to me is the word try. Try is something like a little kid does. And honestly, most of you are programmed by your parents, your teachers. Rick, can you just try to do it? Trying sucks. Trying already has an implication in it of failure. Trying has an option. Either you do good or you do bad, or maybe you do okay. Where's the commitment in trying? So once you understand the word trying is a word that was used by your parents, your teachers, and people that just say, just give it a try. Think about this statement, give it a try. What does that mean? That's like getting a food that you really don't want to eat. And like mom says, just give it a try. You might like it. Might's another word you will never hear coming out of my mouth. And you don't want to hear the word but. But basically negates anything that was said before it. And once you recognize these words, You can stop letting other people manipulate you. And more importantly, you can change the own dialogue in your head and you can fix it. So, what do we replace the word try with? Turn your try into a must. That's it. Let me ask you this. How many people woke up today, this morning, and brushed their teeth? Most of you did. Actually, I'm crossing my fingers and hoping most of you actually did. Why? Because it's just a must in your life. It's non-negotiable. You don't even think about it. You don't even have a discussion with yourself internally about it. You just do it. This is the secret to wholesaling and anything else you really want to get done in your life. Remove your feelings, remove your emotions, and just get it done. You can sit in your feelings and your emotions later. So if you brush your teeth and you never talk about it, even though you don't want to do it, you're tired, it's late at night, early in the morning, you know the benefit outweighs not doing it. So you just do it. Even if you're tired and you don't feel good, is it hard? No. Is it annoying? Yeah, a little bit. Think about it. You got to put the brush under the faucet. You got to put toothpaste on there. You got to brush it around for a couple minutes. Hopefully you do it a couple minutes and then you got to rinse your mouth out. And then you got that weird taste afterwards. The reason why it doesn't bother you is because you've built in the discipline by having a consistent behavior and it doesn't even phase you. That's it. So I want you to take the same analogy as you brushing your teeth and apply it to wholesaling. Like, Rick, how do I do that? Number one, change your vocabulary. I'm going to try wholesaling. No, I am going to make wholesaling my business and it is a must for me. Use words like that. It's going to program in here and you understand you're going to move forward. Because what happens when we meet resistance and we use the word try? We quit. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's not comfortable. Listen, wholesaling, you're going to have a lot of temptation to quit. I'm going to warn you up front. The reality is, can you get through it like brushing your teeth? But Rick, brushing my teeth is a lot easier. Okay, but there's a lot more rewards with wholesaling. What do you want to do? You could sit back and do nothing, but where's that gotten you to this point? Look at your vocabulary. All your tries, for the most part, didn't work out. Make it a must. End of story. Make it a must. Why do you put gas in your car? Why do you plug your EV in? Why? Because if I don't, I can't get point A, point B. Same thing in wholesaling. I don't hear you guys complaining other than the price of gas when you fill your car up because you have to get it done. You know the car's not going to move forward if you don't do it. You just suck it up and do it. Must. Try, turn it into a must, and it will change how you perceive how you're doing all your actions in your life. It is no different in wholesaling. I should just get you a wholesaling toothbrush is what I should get. So that's what we have to do. Now, once you commit to wholesaling, we have to move forward now. Now you know how many deals you need to get done to do this full time. You know you have to change your vocabulary word and you make it a must. You're burning it in your brain like brushing your teeth. So the next one is basically now we've got to be pointed in the right direction. Now, a good part of this is if you go into freewholesaling.com, you already have the best education in the business. If you don't believe me, check on the internet. There's nobody who teaches wholesaling better than me and Zach. If not, prove it to me. I've got hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people who use my course. We got over, I don't know, 50,000 testimonials, and I don't go out and chase people for testimonials. They just do it as a gift back to me and Zach. So now that you know you have the best education, you have to move forward with it. And you've got to find what I call your wholesale compass. And what do I mean by that? Now you've got to take a massive, precise action, but you need to know what direction to point in. Because right now you're super excited. Maybe you paid somebody 5, 10 grand for a course. You can get more excited because you think it's like, it's going to wow you to death. And it doesn't matter if you pay for it to get it for free, but you got to understand what exactly you're getting into it and how do I do it? Rick, where do I go to find these deals? Because that's my biggest challenge. Because most of the feedback I get from these paid courses is it's just very fluffy. It feels good. It looks good, but there's no real instruction on what I need to do. I'm going to get super, super crystal clear with you right here, right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to point your wholesale compass to motivated sellers only. That's right. Let me show you the difference. If you don't know the difference, I'm going to point you right now. I mean, some of you guys are thinking, Rick, this is super simple. The more higher I teach Wholesaling, the more confused you're going to get, because this is like pee-wee football. If you can't learn the basics, tackle, block, catch the ball, don't worry about any advanced strategies because it won't work. We're not going to do the wishbone offense. You just got to find where can I find these deals and how do I take them down? That's all we're talking about today. Rick, I can make 100 grand doing it with this simple thing. Absolutely 100%. I did it my first year. You can easily do it too. So your wholesale compass, one of the biggest problems in wholesaling is people try to do wholesaling, but they try to do all the other things that have nothing to do with wholesaling at all. Like with the minute you go on MLS, you are not wholesaling. Don't let a guru fool you. A brand new person starting out wholesaling, going on MLS, they are setting you up for massive, massive amounts of failure. Can it be done? Yes. Can I do it? Yes. I don't even like to do it. It's that difficult. Why do people go to MLS? To get tippy top dollar. And I'm asking you to get the deepest discount possible. It is a massive conflict of interest, and I'll show you why. So once you start going, well, I'm going to go to MLS, I'm going to go on this site, you're all over the board. And suddenly you're doing a million things, and you know what? You become busy. Write this down. If you're busy, you're broke. Busy people do a lot of different things that they don't know what to do, and they get nervous, so they want to keep busy. It is your pacifier. It's what soothes you. If you want to make money in wholesaling, don't be busy because you're not going to make any money. Busy means I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm just going to keep running around to soothe my soul because I'm clueless and I'm lost and I'm scared. We're going to fix that right now. So we want to point it to the right way. Now, how do I do this? Number one, we're going to avoid sellers that want to sell. So as I used that example earlier in MLS, everybody that puts a property on the market wants to sell it. Everybody agree with that? Absolutely. Every property put on the internet, they want to sell it. So there's 100% compliance in people who want to sell their house. So if you go out and chase people who just want to sell their house, you're really not, you don't have any filter. They just want to sell their house. And for the right price, they will sell it. And that's usually how it works out. The key in here is you want to find people that need to sell the house. So we're going to go a little bit deeper on that. I want you to understand that. So I have a simple acronym to make sure you keep your wholesale compass pointed in the right direction to find the best deals possible. Now, over 3,500 deals, I found some amazing deals. And I find that all great wholesale deals have three common denominators. Occasionally, you can be missing one, but that is the exception, not the rule. Ask for a guy who's done over 3,500 deals. I'm here to tell you, this is the norm. And let me show you how it works. Number one, first of all, we're going to use the acronym ODN. ODN, it's real that simple. ODN. What the heck's that stand for? Has Rick lost his mind? No. Number one, off market. Your best wholesale deals are off market. Why? Oh, that's hot. Because you have less competition and you have more space to negotiate a deal. Once it goes on market, people just compete. And what do they compete on? Price. That's it. You might as well go to McDonald's and order number one, number two, and number three because they don't need you. They just need your number. I'm looking to build a relationship with people. When people are just looking for price, you have no competitive advantage and it will rarely, rarely ever work out in wholesaling. Don't believe me? I promise you. It is, when you have to compete on price alone, it is not wholesaling. It is called speculation, and that is not wholesaling. You see how quickly you got off of wholesaling? Why? Well, I dealt with an on-market property. What's an on-market property? MLS, anything posted on the internet with a price and a picture, Facebook Marketplace, those are on-market properties. Now, it doesn't mean you can't get a deal there, but your odds of a percentage of getting a great deal are slim to none. I've had exceptions on it, but trust me, if I do 100 deals, 2 or 3 of the exception, the other 97 were all off market. Please do not miss this point. Off-market deals, you have a massive competitive advantage because you don't have any other people competing. You are just selling yourself. You're building a relationship with your seller and you're building trust, and it works. The next one, D, simple. You have to be direct to the seller. So the D does not stand for a dumb realtor. I'm not making fun of realtors, but I am in a way. You have to go straight to the seller. You can have a 30-minute conversation with a realtor, even if you're brand new, you're experienced, and think, oh my God, I got this realtor in the palm of my hands. They know exactly why we want to buy it and why the property needs to be sold to someone like me. And they understand why it needs a deep discount. You spend 30 minutes, and guess what? They're going to take your conversation and they're going to deliver it to the seller, and they're going to extract what they think is the most important thing. What do you think is the most important thing to a realtor? It's price, baby. Hey, Rick offered you 100 grand on the property. Oh, dude, no way. My 30-minute conversation got condensed down to $100,000. And that's what happens when you cannot communicate directly to the seller. If you can't invoke emotion and get a story and get a reason why they're selling it, you are not going to get a good deal. Hands down. It doesn't matter. I'm just telling you. Third-party surrogates that try to give information from you to the seller, they're only going to extract the information they think is important to them and what achieves their agenda. And for that reason, you have to be direct to the seller. Not every case, but 9 out of 10, that's the way it goes. Guys, let me ask you, do you want to go for the Rick rules for great wholesale deals and make 20, 30, 50K on a deal? Or do you want to sit here and get $1,000 or $2,000 deals that you have to go through thousands and thousands of people to even have a shot? You pick the pain you want to do. The reason why you see all these courses sold on all these different ways to get wholesale deals, like from the MLS, from Facebook Marketplace, all this stuff. Why? Because it's super easy up front. And I want you to write this down and understand this. If it's easy in the beginning, it's going to be brutally hard at the end. You know who it's easy for? It's easy for the guru and the influencer. Why? Because they can sell the crap out of courses to you because it sounds so perfect. Keep in mind, these are master marketers. They didn't figure this out overnight. They became really good at marketing. So they give you the best solution, but the reality is not going to match what they're selling you. And that's why you all buy it. And that's why 3 months, 6 months, or a year later, you're going to come back to freewholesaling.com to me and Zach and go, you know what? I'm just going to roll my sleeves up and I'm going to do the work that Rick and Zach said I have to do because I tried the easy path. It was easy to pay him. The information was easy and it seemed easy for about a month, 2 months, 3 months. But the problem is I didn't make any money. So which do you want? Do you want to feel good? Do you want your emotions satisfied in the beginning? Or do you want to roll your sleeves up and be successful in wholesaling? That's the difference. Me and Zach just smack you in the mouth up front with it and tell you the truth. Most influencers are just trying to get you to write you that big check to swipe that credit card because that's the only qualification. Don't believe me, try it. Go do your exploratory call. This is why I'm not popular with the gurus, and I don't care. The truth needs to be said. You see, if you do the hard work up front and you have uncomfortable, strange conversations and you get a great negotiation, you get great contracts and they're super easy to sell at the end. If you take the easy route and you contract stuff on MLS, you get a yes because you feel good. It instantly gratifies you. The guru gets gratified because you write him a check for $5,000 or $10,000. Then guess what? 3 months you go by, you're out 5 to 10 grand. You made no money and you got to come back to me and Zach. Let me save you that ridiculous circle. Okay. I'm not going to go teach you some Kiyosaki method or anything like that. I focus on wholesaling. That's what I'm best at. And you can use wholesaling to do anything you want in life, create wealth, collect rentals. You can do fix and flips. I would never do it because they don't make any money in the long run. I mean, you got to run an entire construction business to do that. So direct the seller. The last one is the N. And the N is one of my favorite ones. And we talked about this earlier. It's someone who needs to sell. Who's someone who needs to sell? If the property's screwed up and there's tons of deferred maintenance, there's a hole in the roof, the windows are boarded up, the property looks like crap, they need to sell that property. It doesn't mean the seller's always ready, but I'm going to keep them in my follow-up forever. If somebody's in pre-foreclosure, if somebody's in probate, if a property's on the eviction list, if a property's on the tax delinquency list, the property's on the water shutoff list, the property's on the fire damaged property list. Guys, I can go on and on and on. Just go over to freewholesaling.com and I will save you 6 hours of doing this live right now here for you. I don't need to spoon feed you all this, but I want you to understand, to point your wholesaling compass in the right direction, you need to have clear laser focus on the types of deals you're looking for. People who want to sell their house will talk your ears off and try to sell you on buying it. When I go to people who need to sell their house, direct to seller, that are off market, I don't have to sell them anything. I just help them out. And that's why I don't promote sales training and wholesaling, because it doesn't work. Sales training is for people who want to sell their house. And you know what? If you want to do that, go be a licensed realtor. There's plenty of training for that, and you can hit it out of the park with that. I got no problems with that. But just be very clear about what you're doing and what you want to accomplish. Wholesaling is all about finding people that need to sell their house, period. End of story. So now that we got that out of the way, we talked about avoid sellers that want to sell their house. Now we get into the meat and potatoes of wholesaling. So this next one I'm going to share with you is your highest skill set you can learn in wholesaling once you point your wholesale compass in the right direction. And it simply is, you have to master marketing. Now, it's not as hard as you think it is, because it's very, very clear and precise in wholesaling. Me and Zach teach all of it at freewholesaling.com. Remember, I'm not selling you a course. I give it to you. So don't think this is one big infomercial like every other guru does out there. I'm actually trying to help you out and save you from the chaos that you're about to go through. By the way, if you tell people you have money and you're new to wholesaling, you will get your clock cleaned. You are the biggest target in all of real estate. Newbie wholesalers, it used to be a $25,000 price tag when I started over 20 years ago. Now it's gotten a lot less. Why? Because the information's horrible and it's very watered down, and most of these people barely even do wholesaling. In fact, a lot of people are teaching wholesale with under 3 years experience, which is a train wreck in my opinion. I never even opened up my mouth till I did 10 to 12 years experience in wholesaling. Why? Because I was too busy learning the business. And now that I've somewhat mastered it, I'm still doing it, but I'm evolving with the changes that are coming with technology and everything like that. So we have to master marketing. How do we master marketing? It's simple. You start with what? You have to pull the right list. So Rick, okay, I get it. I have to point my wholesale compass in the right directions towards motivated sellers that need to sell their house, that have the OD in. Go back, rewind this. This is live, by the way. The day before elections, I'm telling you this. Why? Because nothing changes. Do I care who gets elected? Yes. Do I have control of the outcome? Absolutely not. And I will wholesale. I don't care who's president. I'm going to wholesale. We'll talk about that later. I see all your comments. I don't get political. What's the point? So many people lie on these things. Okay, so we need to pull the right list. What are the right list? Government list. If you want more details on government list, go to freewholesaling.com. It's just too long and cumbersome for me to do on this. My favorite ones are co-violations, tax delinquencies, and probates. And you go down pre-foreclosure, I can rank them all the way down. I believe we have 9 on there. You want to get in on those. Why? Because these are people who need to sell their house. If you want a list of people who want to sell their house, just go get a realtor and go on MLS. Your pipeline will be full. You'll be super busy. And I promise you this, you'll be broke because you won't know what to do, because your compass will be spinning in circles and you'll never get a deal. Now, as you get more experienced and if you want to develop in that niche, it's possible. It's still difficult. You have to understand the realtor's job is to get the highest price possible. So you have to find screwed up houses that don't even belong in a realtor's hands. And you're better off chasing the ones before they get in the realtor's hands because you have much more play on them. Because remember, even if you find a good wholesale deal, you still got to get the realtor paid. And that's going to eat into your profit margin no matter how it works out. So that's why I'm so passionate about going on off-market direct-to-seller deals that need to sell. Now, government list, hands down, the best ones to get started. Why? Because they point you in the right direction. And once you understand that, you can get it going. The next one, every one of you should be doing, I don't care if you have a car or not, find a way to do driving for dollars. Get on your running shoes, get on a bike, get on a scooter, and just find ugly houses. It's one of the ways I got started. Ugly houses pointed me in the right direction to do more probates. Why? Because they were profitable. I found my first 5 or 6 probates by driving for dollars. They just looked vacant houses that were run down. And I go, what's this probate thing? And I had to figure it out over time. So if I didn't do driving for dollars, I would never found them. Driving for dollars is like a catch-all. It'll find your probates, your tax delinquencies. It'll find your rundown properties. It'll find your evictions. It'll find them. Yes, it takes effort, but by putting your eyes on properties, it is an offline list. You are direct to seller and you're finding people that need to sell. Do you see how it fits perfectly in my ODN formula? That's what you have to understand. And if you can do that, you can make any of this work. Nobody is too good for driving for dollars. In fact, today I did driving for dollars. I've got about 15 leads that me and my staff are going to run through. I look at it as a personal challenge. When I see a problematic property, I just see someone's got a problem and I want to solve it. Do I solve everyone? Absolutely not. But if you could just give me one list and if somebody delivered it on my desk every day, it would hands down be driving for dollars. But set a goal, go out once a week, get 50 to 100 leads and rack it up. You're going to find a lot of problems in this. You're going to find people who passed away. You're going to find probates. You're going to find tax delinquent houses. You're going to find massively trashed tenant houses. And I promise you, they all need help. So if you can see them, you can beat everybody else to the punch. That's why it's so special. It is an earned list that nobody else can get with that. Now, I've given you enough tools to gather the list. As I said, go to freewholesaling.com, not to be a broken record on it. Now we have to do a little thing called checking is picking a marketing medium. And this is a lot where you go, oh my God, that sounds like a lot of work. It's not. It's very, very simple. So now that we have a list, we have what we call prospects. Some of you call them suspects. We've pointed in the right direction. Rick, I have people, I'm pretty sure they need to sell their house. It's going to be off market and direct to seller. Awesome. Now we have to pick a marketing medium. This is just the way you deliver your message to your prospects or your suspects. Suspect sounds so weird. Almost sounds like criminal. Let's call them prospects. How are you going to deliver your message in the most efficient way that's legal and it's not going to drive you nuts? Now, this is where a lot of your choices come in. And you're going to have to make a choice. Now, good news, bad news on this. Some of you, the choice has already been made for you. You know why? Because you don't have any money. And that's okay. I started out that way with wholesaling. I owed over 350 grand. I was beyond broke. I did not have money to throw at this problem. I went out and did door knocking because I was frustrated and that's all I could figure out how to do. Probably not the best strategy, but I did it. I didn't make an excuse. I just did it. Now, you have to pick which marketing medium you want to do. So if you're going to pick a marketing medium, I'm just going to do this because I don't want to spend all day on this stuff because I want to talk to you guys, here's your basic choices. I put them up on the screen. You got reverse driving for dollars. That's basically taking like your code violations list, your pre-foreclosures, and creating a sticky note. Hey, got a question about your house. It's Rick. You don't even have to make it about the house. Hey, give me a call. It's Rick, phone number. Now, the goal of any type of marketing you do, remember, I said you have to master marketing. If you want to truly learn how to master marketing, I've learned from some of the best people in the industry. The list goes on and on. Dan Kennedy's one of the most amazing marketers I ever met. But here's what they all say. Whoever can engage their prospects legally and ethically wins. So that's all you got to do. The reverse driving for dollars is brilliant because today's knocking on doors is not nearly as effective. Number one, it's illegal in a lot of your places. Trust me, I found this out. Number two, you get very aggressive dogs coming at you, which isn't good. Number three, nobody trusts us in America anymore. And number four, you got the damn Ring doorbell. So reverse driving for dollars, if I take 100 prospects, I put out 100 sticky notes, I figure out logistically on how to go visit them all. If you want to figure out how to do that, go to dmzack.com or you just got to figure out how to do a route effectively. and say 25 people call you back, I just saved you 75 painful confrontations that probably aren't going to go well. And from those 25, you can decide who you can warrant a visit with and you can qualify. It is that simple. Now, guys, I'm not going through every detail of wholesaling. I'm just showing you how to get to 100K. These are the steps you're going to have to take. So you could do cold calling, which if you don't have a lot of money, some of you are stuck doing cold calling. You do not have a choice. And I get it. You're going to have to use your hustle muscle. Some of you can do texting. Some of you can use paid platforms for texting like Launch Control. Some of you just have to use Google Voice and you have to make it work. Unfortunately, some of us are stuck in a certain situation, but you're not, as long as you don't try and you make it a must, get a deal from it. Don't just go, I'm going to give it a try. It's not going to work. Networking, absolutely huge. Go to all your local RIA clubs, real estate investor associations. Don't buy all the crap they sell. Network with everybody there. Here's the key to networking is it has to be a symbiotic relationship. How do you do that? Most of you are going to network with people at a higher level than you. That's what you want. You want to step up to people like me and Zach. How do you do that? You bring value to them first. Hey, Rick, how can I help you in your business? Hey, do you like knocking on doors? Hey, do you like doing sticky notes? Heck, I'll do anything. Well, I tell you what, you bring me a deal, I'll be happy to split it with you, but you got to go out and get the deals. I'll give you a list. Do you think you can get on it? Hey, what if I give you 2,000 phone numbers? You willing to cold call and split the deals with me? You see how if you started by offering of being of assistance, but most of you go in there and go, hey, can you give me all your cash buyers? Can you tell me how to get a deal in wholesaling? Like, go to freewholesaling.com and we'll just go ahead and answer that for you. So you got to come and bring value. If you network, in these comments, there are wonderful people you can network. Go to zachdiscord.com. Let me put it up here. It's one of the fastest growing communities, and the amount of deals that's going on in that one is absolutely insane. I put it on the bottom here. Zach Discord. Number one, it's the only free Discord out there that I know in wholesaling because everybody wants like some whatever. People charge for it, but we do it for free. We pay for all the fees and make sure you guys have a platform where you can network and talk to each other. A lot of the younger kids like to do it. I get it. It works well. Make sure you check that out. But I'm giving you examples of network. I can go on and on. When we go on these lives, a great time. When we go to the Flip with Rick channel, it's a great time to network. Let's go back to this networking. You can consider doing direct mail. I don't like newbies doing direct mail till they get to deal 5. Brutally honest. Can you do it earlier? Yes, but it gets expensive if you don't know how to close, if you don't know how to work on negotiations and talk to people. And I'd rather you get those 5 deals under your belt because you'll have cash to pay for the marketing and you'll have the skill sets to pretty much talk to anyone with a high level of confidence because that's what it takes to get done in this business. If you start doing direct mail on deal 1, you're going to be stressed out and you are going to have a high percentage of quitting. And I don't want that for anybody in there. So let's start out and go out and find the most motivated sellers. Let's cut our teeth. And guys, just because a lead's free does not mean it's easy. You're going to get resistance. You overcome resistance with persistence. You have to stay at it. If you don't quit, you win in wholesaling. Turn your tries into must. We're going to keep moving forward here. Now, once you pick your marketing medium, and this is open to debate, some of you have to pick a certain method because you don't have any money. And you have to accept it and you have to grin and bite your teeth or you quit. Make a choice. But in the beginning, if you said, I'm not going to quit, I'm going to make this a must and make wholesaling work, then pick the one that you want to do. Now, here's the key is you master one at a time and you can keep adding to it. It works really well. I'm showing you the most common ones. Yes, there's more than that, I promise you. But I'm not going to show you PPC. And just so you know, PPL is about to be outlawed. So this is why every guru is trying to sell it like crazy right now, because the Biden administration has made it illegal to sell the leads. You can only harvest your own leads. The PPL is going away. If you're doing it right now, just stop. You're wasting your money. Does it work? Yeah, it works, but they can't do it anymore. So someone's going to try to do something. And if you get caught of it, you're going to be breaking multiple laws and it's going to be problematic. So you want to stay away from PPL. So after we do that, we're simply going to write a contract. You're like, crap, Rick, I don't know how to write a contract. I got the solution for you. Go over to freewholesaling.com and our entire contract's in there for you. It's a wholesaling contract. And I'll take it a step further. If you go to Flip with Rick And inside of freewholesaling.com, you can even go into YouTube search and go, Rick writes wholesale contract, and I walk you through it step by step. And here's what I do, guys. Every year I walk you through it. Why? In case we have updates, changes to the contracts, anything like that. Not only do I give you the purchase and sales agreement for wholesaler, which is a simple 2-page and minimizes your risk, you still got to do your part. But we also give you the assignment of contract. And I got over 21 years experience on how people are going to try to screw you on an assignment of contract. If you use mine, I'm going to build in the stops that protect you. When people try to go behind your back straight to the seller, boom, they lose their deposit. Period. When they try to negotiate, when you negotiate a debt down on it, maybe your title company or you gets a lien reduced, you get the money, not your seller. How do I figure that? Boom. Because I had people do it to me. Guess what? On the assignment of contract, if you sign the contract and you said you're going to leave the money, they sign the contract, but then the check's in the mail and you never hear from them, and they drag you out for a week or two on end, the contract's basically written. If that deposit is not delivered within 24 hours or whatever time you choose on the contract's null and void. You could sell it to the next highest bidder. Why? Because I've had all this crap happen to me and I want to share with you and teach you how to protect it. And I do it 100% free for you. Why? Because I want you to have great, successful deals so you can make some money and do deals with me and Zach. You can't do that if I don't give you the best information going forward. And by me and Zach giving you the absolute free content, I can tell you the truth. It is so freeing. I know the public, I know that the paid corporate people that are in this business, they hate this with a passion because they can't control it. I'm not owned by anybody, any company, neither is my son, because I've taught him to be his own person. And I want you to understand, when you work with me and Zach, you get the truth. And when you get the truth, they tell you it sets you free. It's just so much easier. See this flag behind me? I stand for it, baby. Like, this is what I do. I love this business. And most of you guys are being fed crap. I'm sorry. Most people who teach wholesaling don't even do it anymore. They don't even have groups anymore. Why? Because they've cannibalized people. They have hammered them so hard on sales. People are just sick of it. They don't trust them. Oh God, here he or she comes again. They're going to sell me something else. Wait a minute. I thought the last $5,000. No. Now they want 10,000. Now they want 30,000. Hey, for 100,000, I'll show you everything. I thought you were really good at wholesaling. Why do you keep taking money from me? Because where else are they going to take it from? If you don't do wholesaling, they got to take it from you guys. It's easier to flip students than it is deals. Even I admit to it, but I'm playing the long game. I'm a marathon wholesaler. I make significantly more money wholesaling than I'm ever going to get from one dime of any type of coaching or consulting, which I do not do. Now, I do Flip with Rick Plus, but that is a collaborative effort. It is a community, and it's people I do deals with. And I have a path to do that whole thing for free if you step up to the plate. So check it out, flipwithrickplus.com. Okay, so we're going to write a contract. I took all the dark side of this out. I walk you through. Not only do I show you how to write a purchase and sales contract, I show you how to write the assignment of contract, and I give it to you. And I've never asked a dime from you at this point. So you're well on your way to 100 grand. So what do I do with that contract once we get it done? By the way, if you go, Rick, you skip negotiations. I just don't have time for it. If you go to freewholesaling.com, I teach you a strategy that will protect you from yourself, even if you don't know how to negotiate. Because here's the key to wholesaling is you don't have to be a great salesperson. In fact, the less salesy you are, the better off you are. I teach you to be your authentic self, to be comfortable in your own skin. Because if you believe what you do, you can convince anybody to work with you. What I don't want to do is teach you how to sell everyone to work with you. There is a distinct difference in it. And if you understand how me and Zach teach it, you can understand how to be successful in that area of it. So the next thing you do is just simply going to take the contract. We do not sell the real estate. We sell the contract. We are selling the paper. Go to sellmypaper.com. We simply sell our contracts to our cash buyers. And our cash buyers right there, if it's a great deal and you did all the hard work up front, this is the easy part. Now, if you did not have your wholesale compass dialed in, you did not point it in the right direction, you chase people down that wanted to sell their house, you write a contract that you get a yes, and you felt good right off the bat, If you get to this point, you will be beyond frustrated and you'll most likely quit. Everything I've predicated before this has set you up to show you actually how to do this business the correct way. Are there more mechanics in it? Yes, but I only have so much time and I want to show you the light. I want to show you that this business really works. I'm going to show you that most people that teach wholesaling, they just teach simple mechanical methods and they don't understand what they're teaching. And then what you're going to do is you're simply going to repeat this process over and over again. Now, one thing I did not get into grave detail, which is important you guys understand, is I am going to teach you how to develop relationships with your seller. I'm going to teach you how to peak your seller's emotional state because most motivated sellers are they're not in a great situation. Listen, nobody chooses to have a crappy house. We all have a vision of a beautiful, beautiful home. But this thing, life happens. People lose their jobs. People pass away. I've had all these events happen to me. And I've been around long enough. It happens to everybody sooner or later. I am here to help people. And I'm going to teach you how to help others. Here's the key is your true authentic self and you form relationships. If you just want to be transactional, go on MLS, go buy an MLS wholesale course. It is an oxymoron. MLS and wholesaling do not jive together. Can you find a wholesale deal on MLS? Yeah, thousands and thousands of leads, you might have a shot with a highly skilled staff. Can you get lucky? Yes. Can you consistently make income doing it? I've yet to see anyone do it. No one will ever show the proof of it. You know why you see it? Because it sells like crazy because it sounds so perfect. I got the pictures. I've got the seller's representative phone number. I have an ask price. All you have is somebody who wants to sell their house. And if you offer them the right price, they're going to do it for you. Guys, remember this at the end of the day, your highest skill set in wholesaling, just remember this, locating motivated sellers. Need to sell their house. Off market, direct the seller. If you can stay clarity on that, you can do anything you want in wholesaling. But a lot of people take all these courses and these steps to try to start wholesaling. And then they find out when they come to me and Zach, I go, shoot, man, I haven't even been wholesaling. This is absolutely crazy. How in the heck did we get to this point? So, that's it. So let me answer some questions in the comments. I'm going to jump on the lives with you guys. And if you want to talk about wholesaling, you want to talk about some deals, let's do it. Let's see. What do I have here? What did I forget? So guys, make sure if you want to know where to go to get the best information, where did I put it? On the bottom of the screen right here, freewholesaling.com, 100% free. We're going in our 5th year and, everyone's like, I'm waiting for you guys to charge for it. You're going to be waiting a long time. Every guru says there's no way you can make it. There's no way you and Zach can make it. You're fooling people. That's funny. I'm seeing more guru wholesalers disappearing. I'm going to go try this coaching program. I'm going to go teach people how to get wealthy. How are you going to teach them wealthy without wholesaling? And you can see they all collect together. They're all on the same stages. They do everything. They're actually good people. They're just misguided. And I get it. I want to make a ton of money too, but I like to sleep at night. I don't like to rip people off. I don't like to take money for like, you can get a product. And if you're really good at marketing, you can sell anything. It doesn't mean the product's good. So me and Zach are on a mission to make sure you get the highest level product available in wholesaling. And I'm never going to waver on that. It's just not going to change. Guys, listen, if I really wanted to, if I was just in this for the money, I would charge for the course. I'd charge a high-end mentoring and I would do like all these other people do in wholesaling. But the problem is once they do it, they cannibalize their own sales. People don't trust them anymore. And it's just all about the money. And that's it. You can't talk to me until you buy my $5,000, $10,000 program. And that's what they use as they say their filter because they don't want to deal with the free people. I don't care. I'm just looking for people who want to step up in wholesale. You want to do that? Me and Zach are your man. If you just want to lollygag and you want everything done for you, go pay for one of these courses. You're going to feel good for a short amount of time. And then I promise you're going to come back to me in the end. But you know what? People can handle the truth. And that's what they have to understand when they do it. So we have to all understand that. So let me answer a couple questions on here. I started some on here. Let's see here. That's funny. Okay, I'm reading everything on here. Somebody asked me on here. Everybody wants to talk about the election. Guys, listen. Tomorrow's the official election result. Just cast your vote and move on with your life. Like, stop. I'm tired of people trying to convince. Like, if you have to be convinced of who to vote for, you probably got bigger problems in life. And my favorite thing is when people like, I'm not sure I'm going to vote for like the day of the election. Like, you scare the hell out of me. They're like, I have like stances and I know exactly what I'm going to, I knew exactly what I was going to do 10 years ago. Like if they align with my beliefs, I put in my vote, I move on. I just love when celebrities try to tell you what to do. Somebody put on here, hey, Rick, did you vote? Yeah, I vote. I always vote because I'd feel guilty if I didn't. But like who I vote for, like in the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Listen, you all know who I voted for. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure this out. Am I crazy about the choices this year? It's ridiculous. But it's all corporate money. The whole thing, it's all about money that runs this stuff. And it's all money. Everyone's puppets on their hands. And do not get me started on this. So drives me crazy. So um, what's up, Jonathan? Good to see you, man. I was looking for a JV partner in Jackson County, Missouri. Awesome. Just giving a shout out to them. When you see a for sale sign up, it depends. Just look up and see who the owner of the property is. If it's a professional bake sign, it's probably going to have a realtor tied to it. Most bank-owned properties are. Just keep that in mind. Winston's got a closing coming up on Friday. It's a great way to start the month. Guys, listen, do not lose your day in all the election drama tomorrow. The media wants to tie you up into it. Why don't you spend that same energy in wholesaling? I want a certain outcome, but I'm not dependent on it. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to wholesale no matter what. I've wholesaled for the last 4 years. I wasn't crazy about was running the country, but I just moved forward. So if you think the president's going to change the quality of your life, will they have some effect on some policies? Yeah, but I'll survive. I adapt. I'll always protect my family. I'll always protect everybody in the wholesaling community. But I'm not going to sit there and regulate the world. So um, I just see so much. Like, don't even turn on your TV. It's absolutely crazy. So keep it in mind. So Wendy asked, Rick, do you have a template worksheet for repairs? Yes, go on the freewholesaling.com. The whole thing's done for you, and I've absolutely simplified it. And me and Zach just did an entire video on how to do this. So just go on the free wholesaling and look under the you'll see it under ARV and all that other stuff. It's all in there. So I mean, guys, we got to stop the election stuff. Yeah, this stuff's out of control. So Joseph said, tomorrow's just another work day. Make progress towards what you're doing. Stop trying to build another future president's dream, because in the end of the day, it's all our money. I wish we had more control over it, but all you can do is say a prayer and move on and direct your family. And that's all I do. I do not like at the end of the day, does it really matter? It does, but it doesn't. Like nobody remembers these presidents in the long run. As Mark says, just like Clint Eastwood, just adapt and overcome. I'm not going to waste time on these people. So no more election stuff. Okay. So let's jump on and take some lives here. Jesus, you there? You were sideways there.
Yes, I got it straight now, Rick.
All right, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for taking my
No
call
problem.
here.
What's up?
Hey, so I got on the Discord last Friday with Zach. So I have a property in Titusville, Florida. Is going through probate right now. The seller's ready to sign. I actually shot her an offer today. She agreed to it, but she's telling me that the her probate attorney is telling her that it's going to take all the way up to like March to be able to get out of probate.
Yeah, that's common.
Is it?
That's what all lawyers say. So let me ask you this: does she have a will?
No will.
Okay. And do you know how many family members are involved in this?
She's the only one. No
So let me ask
kids.
you this: is she living in the property?
No, she can't go back to the house. Her husband passed a few months ago, and
Yeah.
she's
Okay.
renting.
So have you ran it? What's the ARV on this house?
ARB is about 320, 330,
Okay. And what do you have it under contract for?
192.
Does it need a lot of work?
No, it does not. It's a
Okay.
2003 property. Nothing new roof, but everything original.
I got it.
Not destroyed.
So I'm going to ask you a question. Just answer it honestly, because I'm here just to get, the sooner we get to the truth, the better off. Do you want to do this deal on your own? Do you want a JV partner?
This is actually so I have two girls from Argentina that are doing wholesaling, and they sent me the deal. I put it under contract. I did all the negotiation. I'm JVing with them on that.
Okay.
But it's my first deal in Florida, so I would probably look into JVing with someone to get the best.
So you realize that's in my backyard market, right?
Yeah, I know. That's right where you're at.
I have this thing sold and like that. I also, I understand probates better pretty much anybody in the country. So I deal a lot in probates. What do you think the profit potential is on it? Like honestly, net.
Um, I was thinking that we can probably wholesale it for like 230.
You said the ARV is what again?
It's 330, 320, 330.
330, and you got it at 190.
Yeah.
And how much work? What do you think the estimated? Have you seen pictures of it?
She's gonna send me pictures, but I seen someone on she sent me a few of them. So I think it's not a major rehab. It's a livable home.
So let me ask you, let's circle back on your deal with the girls in Argentina. Did they originate the lead?
Yes, they originated the lead. They just they can't speak very good English. They do a lot of texting, and they hooked up with me. They just send me the leads, hot leads, and I call them and I negotiate them.
Very good. I mean, you're well ahead of the game. So, how long have you had it under contract for?
For today,
Okay.
literally like 30 minutes ago.
So I'm going to give you simple direction. If you want in the private chat, if you want to give me your contact information, and I'll have someone get in touch with you tomorrow morning.
Okay.
All I need on there, so the private chat. Do you know where that is here?
I do not. It's not. I
Do
don't know.
not put it on the public chat because I can't help you if you do that.
I
And
don't know where the private chat is at.
so you should have a button on your screen there for a private chat. Do you see it anywhere?
Shoot. Let me see.
If not, I'm going to give you a email address, and you can send me an email, and it'll all
I
be
see
private.
my cam chat more. No, I don't see nothing
So
for
do
private.
this. You got a pen handy?
Yes, I got one right here.
Okay. You ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Support
at
flipwithrick.com.
flipwithrick.com. Okay.
And then in the subject, put Titusville in all caps, and then put put Jesus next to it.
Okay.
And then you just kind of give me just a quick summary of what we just said, and then give me your best contact information in there. And I'll have somebody reach out to you tomorrow morning. Where are you located?
I'm in Las Vegas, and I've wholesale in Indiana, Nevada, Arizona.
Okay. So if we do a deal together, they'll explain the terms to you. And then if you do that, you get into Flip with Rick Plus free. And then plus I'm coming out to California in April.
Oh, nice.
You can come by and spend 3 or 4 days with me and Zach there.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
But Titusville, it's easy. The probate, I know how to navigate. I can cut the time in half on it.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
just playing a game with you.
Yeah, she's like very desperate because she can't pay a mortgage and a rental. She's a teacher in Florida, and she's like, I don't make enough money.
Are you going to send me that email is the question?
I am. I mean,
Okay.
I get more back by just going over there, hanging out with you and Zach.
No.
Awesome.
Listen, if what you say is do it, this is easy. This is simple. I got to match up. So I have a staff. They're going to reach out to you. They'll be in the office 9 in the morning. So you're in what, like a 2 or 3 hour time, 2 hour time difference, 3?
3 hours.
So the call, I'm call you around noontime. So it'd be
Yeah,
like between 9 and 10 tomorrow. Is that okay?
I'm up at 3:30, man. I'm like 3 hours trying to get ahead of
Okay, I
three
got it.
hours of everybody.
So it's that simple, but like, dude, impressive what you're doing. Like, how long you been doing this for?
I started so like for real. I started like a few months ago when I closed a 70K deal in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I started, now I have two VAs cold calling for me. I get about 14, 15 leads a day, and then I just call those leads, and I hooked up with this girls from Argentina who are doing a freaking awesome job from there. Barely any English. They understand. They follow you. They understand the process and
Okay,
everything.
good.
So, and then they just, they want a JV with me. Just, I help close them. They warm
Mhm.
up the leads, and they just do a lot of texting. That's what they're really good at, texting.
That's awesome. What did
Yeah.
you do before wholesaling?
Oh, I'm a plant manager. I'm a plant manager right now for a water facility. We bottle water out there in Florida. It's Stepford Hills, and
Okay.
yeah. So I'm over here in Vegas. My goal is to be 100% wholesaling. But right now, I mean, my 9 to 5 really pays a lot of my bills and a little
I
extra.
understand. I did the same thing. So,
Yeah, I'm just trying to
okay,
trying to keep going with
send
it.
me that email and don't forget, okay?
I
And
will. I'll
we'll
send
be in
you the
touch
email.
tomorrow morning. Okay?
I will, Rick. Thank you.
Anything else?
That's it, man. Thanks.
Okay. Awesome, man. I appreciate the shout. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Okay. See you later. Darren, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Rick?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I talked to Zach yesterday. He told me to hop on a live with you today. I went and looked at a mobile home 2 days ago. Lady's only asking 25,000 for it. It's a single wide. It's move-in ready. The renters just moved out to another home. They just purchased their first home,
Okay.
and she sent it to me. She's like, "Hey, I only want 25K for this. She's like, it's moving ready." I went in there, checked it out. It's got 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and I mean, it looked good, but I didn't know really what to do with it as far as like selling that to somebody or renting it out for
So which
maybe
market are we
wholesaling.
in?
Maryland, Baltimore.
Maryland. So 25K. So
hmm
my question is, does it include the land underneath of it?
No, it's in a lot. They have lot rent.
And how much is that?
The lot rent's 1,000.
Yeah. So you already know the answer to this question.
Don't worry about it.
That's the problem is like the real value in real estate is owning the land under it. Think about like McDonald's. Like
Yeah,
if you own the land, you control everything. If you don't own the land, like you're basically flipping a car.
got it. Okay.
So the only thing you do is if the trailers are worth 50 and you're getting at 25,
hmm
but here's the problem. Like, dude, I'm in Florida. It's like land of like there's huge mobile home parks here,
hmm
but the ones that own the land there's so many goddamn rules. I can't make money off of it. Now, if you had the land under it, you can do whatever you want. But once they own the land under it, unless there's something special, and then even if you find a profit, they're going to find a way to squeeze you out of it. They're going to say, "Oh, you got to pay commissions. We have to approve everything," and I don't like them. So
Got
unless
it.
you see some sort of huge disparity, like look at it like a car, and that's it. Because if you're better off just owning the land, like I buy. The thing is, I used to avoid dilapidated, rundown mobile homes. The only thing I care is if the land comes with it underneath. Because if I get the land underneath of it, I would buy crappy mobile homes. Like I would never rent them out. And I would put out an ad and go, listen, I have a mobile home that needs love. It needs help, a lot of help.
hmm
As long as I own the land, you can do whatever the frick you want with it. If you don't
hmm
own the land, you don't have control because they're going to just keep raising those prices. And that's it. So at $1,000, so what would that thing actually rent for when it's said and done? If someone was going to rent that mobile home?
I was thinking maybe 15, 12, 15.
Yeah. So then you look at the financing on 25 grand and then add the 1,000, that puts you around 1,300 bucks. It's like,
Not worth it.
nah, I'm being honest here. I don't want you to
Yeah.
waste time with it.
Yeah.
You got to find the one. So if you find a crappy mobile home on the land, you get it. Like I look at worst case scenario, like I've got some really bad mobile homes
hmm
and we just got it with some tornadoes and stuff. And we're trying to figure out what to do with them. But I bought these things for 3 to 10 grand,
Oh, wow.
like 5, 6 years ago. Now, here's the thing is to fix them, the guy's like, it's like 60, 70 grand to fix it. It'll take me 6 months. Within 30 days, I can drop off a brand new one, like state of the art with like USB cords, everything high tech on it for 60 to 80,000. And then you just hook up the plumbing and the electric. It's like a car. I'm like, why the hell would I waste 6 months of my life? Because that's 6 months of rental income. So I used to rent them for $300 a month. Now I get $1,700 a month. And the real play on those is I held the land. Everything appreciated. The mobile home is a piece of shit. And now I can just get rid of the mobile home. And now, worst case scenario, I have a deal I'm doing right now in, I forget. I don't know if it's Alabama or Missouri, one of them, where I did a creative finance deal. The mobile homes are crap. They're just junk.
Yeah.
So I think it was 62 mobile homes. And so I own all of them. And then I just sold the homes. I go, listen, owner financing on all of them. And then the new ones, they just bring a trailer and put it on it. And I lease them out for $700 a month.
Got it.
No matter what. So if I come back in 10 years, it'll probably be worth $1,500 a month. The money is always in land and real estate. If you can't tie the land to it, the house, mobile home, I don't give a crap what it is. Go down to Key West, like a crazy part in the southern part of Florida. They sell just to rent out. I mean, a lot that can barely fit. Like, I'm not talking like a full trailer. I'm talking about like a trailer you hook up like an RV.
Yeah.
They rent them out for $1,200 a month just
goodness.
for that skinny piece of land.
Wow.
The land is always going to be where your value is. And I've tried to make deals work. They never work out because somebody keeps raising the lot rent. I just walk away from every one of them. So I don't do them anymore. I tried them when I was younger. And I taught Zach because he kept bringing it to me. I'm like, dude, they don't work. He's like, why, Dad? I go, they don't work. Trust me. Now he sees full circle why they don't work.
Got it. Makes sense.
Make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Anything else? Why you got me on here?
Nah, I went and looked at another house. I mean, the same day. Guy was just asking too much for it. He was asking way too much for it. Yeah. So it didn't work out.
Just keep looking. How old are you?
28.
Yeah, you're fine, dude. You got it, man. Just keep doing it, dude. I didn't start any of this till I was 33. Yeah. So you're way ahead of the game. So just don't let anybody discourage you. Everybody thinks, there's like 5 wholesale deals that hit my desk every day. It's not that work. You gotta kiss a lot of frogs before you get to it.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And you just gotta like keep going. But like my biggest fear in my first 5 years, I go, I'm gonna run out of deals to do. Now the first year or two was a bit of a struggle for me, but after that it was like really easy. Why? Because I learned to talk to people. I learned to look in the right place for wholesale deals. And then my follow-ups were thousands of people. Eventually, people just ass out and sell you a house. And I'm talking about houses that look really bad. You look at it like, dude, what? You should be bending over backwards for me to buy this house.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm fine. I always wait them out a year or two, and I always get it. Yeah. I never, like, when I see a house that's really in bad shape, it's just a matter of time. You can keep that front up, but this ain't Facebook and ain't Instagram. And sooner or later, you got to sell this piece of junk. Yeah. Let's get rid of it. And that's what I hang on doing. So hang in there, man. You got it. I just trust me on this one. It won't work out. Don't spend your energy on it. I don't know any way you can make it work out. I really don't.
Yeah. I figured trying to rent it out. I'm like, nah, it wouldn't make sense because
I know, but like, high. So the thing is, whenever you have a lot lease, you got to go find the paperwork because they have rules for it.
Yeah, you got to be park approved. That's what she was saying.
She's
like, hey, you got to be approved by the park. And then, whoever the tenant is or whoever you have renting it out has to be approved.
Trailer. I wanted to move on a piece of land that I owned. I go on. And so in this development, the trailers were like $3,000 to $5,000. I'm like, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I had to use their companies to disconnect it, hook it. I had to pay their realtor company. Yeah. It was, and then they like, you need to leave a $5,000 non-refundable deposit. I go, I am so out of here. Like, once we got in the paperwork, we wasted like 20, 30 hours of our time. We couldn't do it. Got it. And then they like, you have 10 days to move it from the day you contract. I'm like, I can't get the permits. I can't get everything done. They go, well, I'm sorry. Then you lose your deposit. So they have all these stupid rules to screw you. What they're basically saying is, I own this land. Don't touch it. Walk away or pay full price. So don't do it.
All right.
Okay, man. I'll see you. People are just so freaking funny, man. They make me laugh so much. So guys, if you're new to this channel, do me a favor, make sure you go over to freewholesaling.com. This is where You can get the truth about how to wholesale. And today we're talking about how to earn 100 grand. I give you step-by-step action plan on how to do it. Go over to freewholesaling.com. Go back and play this rewind. And guys, get out there and vote, but like move on with your lives. We don't have control. Unfortunately, big players all in the entire world are trying to make a certain thing happen. If it happens, it is what it is. We just move forward. Doesn't I'm not crazy about it, but I move forward with my life. So I've dealt with 4 years of this before. We've dealt with it before. They're always going to be changing who's in and out of the administration. Just don't spend time on it. What you do need to understand is you should not be depending on the government for anything going forward. We're $35 trillion in debt. I don't care what party you put in there. They're just going to make it worse, in my opinion. So you need to fight for yourselves. Once you can get control of your time and you become financially independent, you can learn to become wealthy, and then you can choose the problems you want. And if you don't learn this skill set, either through wholesaling or some other industry you choose, then the problems are going to choose you and you're not going to like them and they're going to suck. So if you want to make a change, check us out at freewholesaling.com. And guys, listen, if you got value from today, do me a favor, a huge favor. All I ask is I don't take money out of your pocketbook, but if you can hit that subscribe button, if you can smash that like button, if you can share this video with other people and give them the truth about wholesaling, make sure Zach will be on tomorrow on Flip with Rick. He's got a really cool topic. It'll be on 1 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you tune in there. And guys, check out X Leads. We have some amazing stuff coming at the end of this month. If you're part of it ahead of time, you do not get the price increase. And trust me, after the end of November, I don't see how you could survive without X Leads. It's that good for the wholesaling industry. But guys, make sure you subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you for your time. And Jesus, don't forget to send me that email. I'm looking for it. See ya.